Hello, my friends. I hope you are doing well today. Hold on one second. I may not have prepped everything exactly as I needed to, but I think I have now. Yes, I have. Okay. I hope that everybody is doing well. Sorry for being a little bit late. Orlando is an awesome place. I was out tonight at a really, really cool place. I'm not going to be home for a couple weeks. I am on a working vacation, and so I will be East Coasting it up for a while. Uh, I hope everybody's doing great. Um, Tonight I went dancing at a lovely, I don't know what you would call it. Okay. It had, let me tell you guys about this before we get started. Um, yes, Loud Elvis, that's exactly right, by the way. Working on fun. Um, it had a dog park, a playground, a volleyball court, bars, restaurants, live music. What else? It was outside. Um, there was something else that it had that I thought was so good. I don't get I got carded one time since I've been here. It was not a sex dungeon, no. It's a dance club with a live. You think I look under 21? Oh my God, no. No, not at all. Um, well, it was called Boxy Park, actually. Boxy, Boxi Park. That's where we went. And what a lovely place. I did not go down a slide. They didn't have slides. It was for children. There's children allowed there, which I was surprised about. I do with my hair up. Uh, that's one of my things. I put my hair up a lot, and I have tried to. I like it down a lot as well, but it is long. Um, Let's see who's here tonight, guys. Please make sure that you've clocked in for your shift. Who am I seeing? I know Sashina was on her way to bed. Vicky's here. Lisa's here. Lisa B's here. Loud Elvis is here saying hit play, hit play, hit play. Mayor is here. Beverly Bradford popped in for a couple minutes. I'm not sure if she's still here. Um, I'm just scrolling through. You see how quick this is? Creed should learn. Tin Man is here. Um, Jukebox Cherry, is that cherry, very cherry? I'm assuming it is. But hi, Jukebox Cherry. Uh, Billy Elliot's here. Anyone want some trifle? Yeah, sure. I'll take some trifle. I'll take a trifle of trifle, if you will. Um, T-Rex Trucking is here. Jody Gardner's here. Jody, I hope you're doing well. Been thinking about you. Um, And did we catch up? Did I catch up? Did I catch up? Did I catch up? Not quite. Streamlabs, yeah, you're fucking here. I still pay you. You still show up. Um, if anybody else is here and wants me to, oh, William's here. Hi, William. Um, say hello, and I'm happy to say hello. Yeah, Bev's going to play her video games. I knew it. Uh, West Coast life. I still feel a little bit on the West Coast. I don't know why. So I still feel like it's, 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock. But it is 11 o'clock regardless. Get off my lawn, Streamlabs, right? What else did they have at this place? I wrote it down earlier. Anyways, I posted a couple of, oh, hi, Jay from Michigan. I posted a video earlier today. Uh, Dana M, thank you for being here. Posted a video on the Discords of me. I think I posted a video of me dancing. I'm not quite sure. Once again, I'm just gonna say Donna is way more fun than I am. She literally, she warned me. She's like, it's not gonna be much fun if you come and visit me. Yet she is fun and goes to all the fun places. So love it. We had a great time. It's such an age range, like a mix of age ranges there that it was great. and we had a good time. I got some tacos, which were pretty yummy. They have an ice cream stand there. I mean, I know. So, T-Rex, you're going to be hitting Fulton County in less than 20 minutes. And just for you, we are doing something we don't normally do, which is we're going to watch some Judge Manning. It's not TPOs. I wish I had some TPOs. Maybe one day Mikey will gift me some of his Manning TPOs and I can do some of those. But until that day, I don't have those. But we do have some bond hearings from Judge Manning, and I would love to watch some of those with you guys tonight in honor of T-Rex trucking driving through Fulton County, hopefully not running out of gas because we know what that would be like. Don't go to Chick-fil-A. Don't stop. Don't tie your shoe in Fulton County. Um, yeah, that's what I got set up for us tonight. So we're gonna have fun watching that. Um, Judge Manning is a boss, absolutely a boss. Perhaps the boss, you know? I don't know. Anyways, I would like to say congrats to Judge Manning. She's coming up on almost 15,000 subscribers. Dang, Judge Manning, good job. Keep it up. Presto's here. Presto, say T-Rex, you on I-20? You gonna go say hi, Presto? I can see Manning as a cop. I can see Manning as a lawyer. I can see Manning as a military person. I can see her. I can see her. I see her. I see her. Just like I see you. Nah, you're in bed. I get that. I know, I know, I know. I know, I know, I know, I know. I've read the history of Judge Manning. I'm not even gonna admit about all the history of Judge Manning that I know. Because again, I don't want any TPOs against me. But like I said, one day I would really love to, pick a character video with all the famous judges. That would be great. That'd be really great. Dana was planning on doing a Sims playthrough where I made all the judges in a Sims thing. Hi, Courtney. Welcome. I know it's late here. I know I saw that video. I'm not gonna watch it because I got started. I was like, I can't. I don't want to just cry. Um, Maybe Manning's a dom. It's entirely possible. But wouldn't that be great if I made we could make it look like a courthouse? Oh yeah. I have so many ideas for the the Sims, whatever it's called. Anyways, so um you're lurking as you go to bed. Absolutely, Courtney. Totally understand. We just got home from this place. It was and they allowed dogs inside the dance club, basically, which I thought was insane. I even got some pictures of the dogs in the dance club. A dominatrix is a dom. A dominant is a dom. Somebody who is in charge, Lisa. Let's put it that way. Is that a good way to describe that? Why don't I know that better? Um, Anyways, guys, what did you have for dinner tonight? Tell me what you had for dinner. If you didn't like what you had for dinner, go ahead, tell me what you wish you had. I am I had tacos, like I said, out at the Boxy Park. And on the East Coast, I should take a day trip to Maine and New Hampshire and visit you in Mayor. How far is Maine and New Hampshire from here? From Florida? I love me some crazy ideas. Well, we have a lot of plans coming up in the next little while in Florida, but it's 23 hours, 1,509 miles. Oh my goodness. You guys know I don't deal with miles very well. Also, I had a lovely massage today. Oh, delightful. A great guy named Jorge. Um, okay, so you had Campbell's bean with bacon soup brought me back to your youth, Dana. Interesting. Um, 24 hours of driving. Just jump on that 95 North. Oh, just 24 hours of driving. Yeah, no problem. I did not get a happy ending. It was not that kind of massage, Mayor. It was in a group room with lots of people around. There was a bridal party over there. It was great. It was great. Metric. I know, you guys should think metric. Think metric. And if you we have signs like that when we're back home. It says think metric, and that says the KM is highlighted. Sort of, you know. It was boring, but it wasn't, Mayor. You know, I don't often get touched softly. I do I tend to be more of a, you know, like I literally remember I was like, my God, this guy is just like barely touching me. Anyways, we don't need to talk about that. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and first of all, it was a foot massage with a neck, shoulder, and arm massage. So I wasn't naked like I am for most of my massages. So it wasn't quite so simple. The term I'm looking for is a masochist. Yeah, I'm a masochist. That's right. And so it was like a little strange to me to be treated quite so nicely. My cleavage is all well, Lisa, my boobs are different sizes by a cup size and a half. So they should be different. Love me a sadist, Jay from Michigan. People of my heart. I was telling Donna the story earlier today about, well, I'm sitting also wonky. You see this, I'm sort of sitting like this. Hi, Nigel. Welcome, welcome. Um, try and make it better. Would you rather me just do it right up, Lisa? Is that going to be better? Just all the way. Well, that's no fun for anybody, is it? Um, no asking for extra groping at the massage parlor like I do with the TSA. No, I guess not. You know? Um, okay, and also I'm not sunburnt. Okay, it looks sunburnt, but hold on. I'm gonna change the lighting. Wait, where is the lighting? Where's the lighting? I'm gonna change the lighting. Wait, why is it all the way over there? Hold on. First of all, isn't lighting amazing? It's amazing what it does. Secondly, so see how red I am? It's the different kinds of lighting pull out different parts of your skin tone. Like this one's pulling the red. That one's not bright enough. And it's like making me a little washed out. I think we'll go with that. Anyways, I've double checked. I'm not sunburned. Swear I'm not. Anyways, like I said, guys, please clock in for your shift. Hit that like button. We're going to go ahead and watch some Judge Manning. That's right. I was like, what are we watching? What are we watching? We're watching Judge Manning. Um, that. Also, audio check. I guess it's good tonight. It's okay tonight. Um, I did this before I crashed my drivers. No, that was when I was trying to change when I was like literally in the computer and I was changing it to make me green, and that did fuck it up. I will say that. It did fuck it up. But no, we figured out the problem with my streaming the past couple of days was actually the television that I was trying to use as a second monitor is too draining on the CPU of the computer. So I'm just working off of my one computer monitor right now. So it's a little bit difficult, but um, it's better than stopping and starting and all that kind of stuff. Anyways, let's find Judge Manning.
A handyman company that his dad owns. They do demo work, plumbing, yard work. TMT Handy, which is a handyman company
So
that his
they're
dad
already
owns.
starting.
They do demo work, plumbing, yard work, just different various tasks, and he will definitely have that job when he comes back. As you can see, Your Honor, because he's at Marietta Annex, he's also a trustee with the jail, and he's been doing that for several months now. Another issue we're having at the jail is he's getting an improper diet. They're not feeding him properly, based on because he can't eat the bologna. And it's because of that we've been having issues with that. Another thing, Your Honor, is that they brought him to a Board of Commissioners meeting. So if my understanding is if the sheriff thinks he's appropriate to be a trustee and to bring to a Board of Commissioners meeting, I think he can be trusted out on bond, Your Honor. So because of that, I'm asking for a bond of $5,000 total. The allegation in this case is that he took a gun from his cousin. There is a lot of questions about if he actually took the gun, whether it's really a taking or just picked it up and moved it. So we don't know because we haven't had a prelim. So because of all those factors, Your Honor, I'm asking for that bond not to exceed $5,000 tonight.
What says the state?
Yes, Your Honor, the state will ask for a bond of not less than $10,000 in this case, for the defendant to stay away from 55 Maple Street and Northwest, stay away from that location, no contact with the victim in this case, Jermaine Day, no weapons, no drugs, no alcohol, nothing further, Your Honor.
Where's he going to live, Miss Ferrasi?
In Atlanta, Your Honor. It's the address you file.
All right. So we got no drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons. Stay away from 55 Maple Avenue. No further contact with Jermaine Day. 10,000 and 3,000. Best of luck to you, sir. You can leave the booth.
Because you said 10 and 3, correct?
Yes, ma'am. All right, let's see. Now we got Brandon Weaver. Brandon Weaver. Brandon Weaver. There we go. All right, Mr. Weaver. We got position 12, 23 CP 218978. Brandon Weaver, 121 days without indictment. There is a $10,000 split bond as of June the 1st with a $10,000 bond on hindering a person making a 911 call and no bond on false imprisonment. Reach!
Judge, in regards to this defendant, 39 cycles to arrest for probation violations.
Oh, I'm sorry. We have to hear that again. That was such a good pretrial. I fucking love it. I missed this. Missed this. Also, did she just say 39 cycles? Okay, let's do the game for tonight. We're gonna see who has the most cycles and who's being held the longest unindicted. Right? So far we have 121 days unindicted and 39 cycles. I'll put that on my phone and we'll see if we can pay attention and keep track of it. Damn, I just love it when she says pretrial though. Don't y'all? Pretrial. Okay, hold on. You gotta hit play again.
Judge, in regards to this defendant, 39 cycles to
bond on hindering a person making a 911 call and no bond on false imprisonment. Reach!
Judge, in regards to this defendant, 39 cycles to arrest for probation violations, 5 misdemeanors, most of them are violent. On probation, New Jersey for stalking, 11-121-3.
Ooh, creepy. On probation in Jersey for stalking. That's not good. Also, hi, Cachette. Thank you for being here, my friend. Also, cycles are the number of arrest cycles. So they don't necessarily mean convictions, they just mean arrests. Yeah. How are you doing, Cachette? Hope you're doing well. Um, so 39 cycles is pretty high, just to be fair, right? Like, okay, if I move this, is it gonna fuck up the... Yep, it is. Okay, don't do that. Just leave it be, leave it be, leave it be. Leave it be, Paisley.
3 years on probation out of Georgia for burglary, 2218 for 10 years. He has at least 4 felony convictions, violence. There's a 2015 misdemeanor escape of battery, simple battery, 2013 battery family violence, 2014 battery family violence, 2016 simple battery family violence, 2012. There's a prior terrorist threats, harassing phone calls in 2016, and a violation of a family violence order in 2013. Nothing further.
Ms. Kennebrew.
Yes, Your Honor. This is Mr. Weaver. Mr. Weaver is currently in a no bond split with the $10,000 bond status. He has been in custody quite some time without a bond. Excuse me. He is 39 years old. He does have a valid address here in the Fulton County area where he resides with his brother. He is the father of 2 children. He has been in Georgia his entire life. Prior to being arrested, he was working at John's Mills Landscaping for the last 3 years, as well as R. Thomas as a...
Hold on. Hold on. You've been in Georgia your whole life. How close is Georgia to Jersey, you guys? Because how do you get arrested for stalking in New Jersey while living in Georgia? That's perplexing. Is that perplexing to anybody else?
cook. He does deny the allegations of the warrant. I understand he does have a bit of a criminal history. However, the complaining witness is here on the call, and she did submit a waiver of prosecution back in June, which I sent to the DA's office, and I also resent it to ADA Giffray today. Mr. Weaver was also accepted into the Hope House, which is to help transition into self-sufficiency. So he was arrested May 31st, and he is currently scheduled for a preliminary hearing on October 31st. We're asking for a reasonable bond to be set not to exceed $5,000, Your Honor, and I do believe that the complaining witness would like to be heard.
All right. Let's see. Hold on. I just saw her a second ago. Where'd it go? Ms. Berber, you need to take yourself off of mute and turn your camera on. You got to turn your camera on.
It says you cannot start your video because the host has disabled it.
All right, turn it on.
Okay.
All right, raise your right hand for me. Do you swear affirm testimony you're about to give is the truth?
Oh.
Swear affirm testimony you're about to give is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes, I do.
All right. You have questions for her, Ms. Kennebrew?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Berber, are you afraid of Mr. Weaver?
No, ma'am.
Would you like for Mr. Weaver to receive a bond on today?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Do you and Mr. Weaver have children together?
I am 3 months away from having my first child and his third.
Would you like for him to have contact with that child?
Yes, ma'am.
Those are all the questions that I have, Your Honor.
Ms. Berber, has he been arrested before for alleged domestic violence against you?
I'm sorry?
Has he been arrested previously for domestic violence against you?
No, ma'am.
All right, go ahead. What says the state?
No questions from the state, Your Honor. May I proceed with the bond arguments, or are we?
Sure, go ahead. Thank you, Ms. Berber.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, we're asking for a bond of not less than $10,000 in this case for the defendant to be placed on an ankle monitor to be paid for by the state. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Where is he going to live, Ms. Kennebrew?
He has a residence in Fulton County, Your Honor.
Okay, but not with Ms. Barber, right?
No, Your Honor.
All right. No drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons. Stay away from 4601 Best Road. You're going to have an ankle monitor paid for by the county with a 24-hour curfew. Court, lawyer, medical, employment, as long as you supply the name of your employer, proof of employment, schedule, and the exact location you plan on working. Ms. Berber, I'm sorry. Where'd you go, Ms. Berber? Can you turn your camera on one more time? Take yourself off mute.
Yes,
Ms.
ma'am.
Berber, what is your opinion about having contact with him?
I don't have any problem with having contact with him. Like I said, I'm 3 months away from having my first child with him, and we're gonna have to have contact, and I would be more than happy to have contact. I just need him to be out.
Why is that? Need him to be out. Why?
This is my first child, and I need him to be a part of her life, of his life.
Are you saying that this didn't happen?
No, ma'am. Actually, he
Okay.
did not force me to go anywhere. No, ma'am.
All right, stand by. All right. All right. So what we're gonna do is no further violent contact with Adrian Barber, but you got to stay away from her house at 4601 Best Road. The times you can have contact with Miss Barber, no further violent contact, is because of the birth of this child, sir. You understand? Birth of the child. Got it? Give me a thumbs up. Perfect. All right. 5,000 and 5,000. $10,000 good bond. Best of luck to you, sir. You can leave the booth.
Thank you, Your Honor. And that completes my business. May I be excused?
Yes, ma'am. Have a good evening. Have a good weekend.
You as well. Thank you.
All right, let's see. Dolly Carter. All right, Dolly Carter. So we got position 5, Bostic 23, CP 217680, $30,000 good bond as of June the 21st. 2 counts of aggravated assault, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, and possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. Free trial.
Didn't write down a number of cycles, but I don't think it's many. But only conviction is endangering a child in the DUI in 21. I think it's just 2 cycles. This one, that one, and this.
All right, Mr.
Nothing
Lang.
Yes, Your Honor. The history I have said the same thing. 1 cycle, this being the second. Ms. Carter is 28 years old, born and raised in Georgia. Her original address is the incident location in this case. However, she does have another address she can go to as her best friend's address. She's already confirmed with that friend that she can live there during the pendency of this case. I'm not going to put that address on the public record, but I could easily submit a change of address if needed.
Is it in Fulton County?
It is, Your Honor.
Okay, yeah, just submit your change of address.
She has 1 daughter, aged 8, who does live with her and will live with her at that address as well. She graduated from the new school at Carver in 2013. She's a United States Army veteran with a general discharge. She has several certifications, both in OSHA forklift, high-powered lifts, different forms of warehouse and factory type of lift equipment. She's been working at Chipotle as a grill cook for the 4 months leading up to her arrest. She has confirmed with that location that she is welcome back. That job is being held for her. Obviously, the sooner we can get her back to that job, the better, before they decide they're not going to hold it anymore. As Your Honor stated, the bond is currently at $30,000. That bond was set 3 months ago at her preliminary hearing. She's been unable to afford that bond as of now. I've spoken to several members of her family. Several members of her family are the complaining witnesses in this case. They want her home. They want a bond to be set. They want a bond to be able to be paid. During her time at the jail, Ms. Carter has become a trustee at Atlanta City Detention Center, helping with different things there, helping and showing that she's in good standing and good trust with the guards in her area. Based on all that, I believe she's a good candidate for a lower bond and a good candidate for release. I would ask the court to consider having the bond to $15,000 at absolute maximum, setting the bond at $20,000. I believe even that still may be out of reach. I would ask the court to consider 15.
All right, what says the state?
Yes, Your Honor. We're asking for the defendant to be placed on an ankle monitor to be paid for by the state. Stay away from the incident location. No contact with the victim in this case, Silky Philpott. We're asking also for no weapons, no drugs, no alcohol in this case, and for a bond to be set at not less than $30,000 in this case, Your Honor.
It's already 30.
I understand, Your Honor, but the nature of the charge is in such a way that it's so egregious that the state will be asking for the bond to be not reduced in this case.
I understand. Is the victim advocate on here? Has there been contact with the alleged victim? I don't see the advocate on tonight.
I'll be the advocate.
I'm one.
Oh, okay. Has there been any contact with the alleged victim in the 168 days?
We haven't made contact. We sent the victim locate out.
Okay. All right. No drugs unless prescribed. Make sure there's okay. No drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons, no replicas of weapons. You're gonna have an ankle monitor paid for by the county with a 24-hour curfew. Court, lawyer, medical. Do we need MH programs, Mr. Lang, included?
Say again, Your Honor?
Do we need MH programs included?
Can put it on there if we do find something to that effect, but I
Okay.
don't believe that's the current plan, but if no
Okay.
issue with it being
All
on
right,
there.
medical, including MH programs, and let's see. And she has children, right?
She does, Your Honor.
All right, so basic life necessities, MH programs if needed, and care for your children and basic life necessities. So what that means, ma'am, is that you can leave to go to the grocery store, but you can't go out to a club. Basic life necessities. You could take your children to school, but Mr. Lang probably wants an email when you're like, I'm taking my children to school Monday through Friday at 8 in the morning. But you're gonna have to let the ankle monitor company know so they won't have you down as violating it. I don't hear any holds. Let's see. Stay away from 1466 Lakewood Avenue Southeast. And if you can go one time with law enforcement to pick up your personal belongings. No further contact with SILKKI, last name Philpott, PHILPOT, and no further contact with Bobby, BOBBY, Philpott, PHILPOT. Once again, that ankle monitor is paid for by the county. $4,000 on each count for a total of was it $16,000 good bond. Best of luck to you, ma'am. You can leave the booth. James Corsi.
Hold on, Judge, you said,
4,000 on each count.
but there's 4 counts, correct?
Right.
You said 16,000?
Wait, hold on a second. What did I say? I'm reading some other kind of numbers.
Okay, that's my bad. You're right, Judge, sorry.
Yep, there you go. Yep. All right, let's see.
That
James,
was
is
the
that,
only case with you this evening, may I be excused.
yes, sir. Have a good weekend.
You too, Your Honor, stay safe.
All right. James Corsi. All right, here we go. This Miss, it says Miss Jones. Looks like it's probably you, Miss Hanson, or is it going to be Miss Beck?
James Corsi's attorney Beck's case, which I'm covering tonight.
Oh, you're covering. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see. Positions 21 and 22, Boss Dick. 23 CP 217682, 167 days without indictment. On this, there is a 5 point.
We got a winner thus far, ladies and gentlemen, for unindicted time in jail. Let me add that to my. Oh no, we don't. Sorry, I lied. What did she just say? 160 something? Hold on, Judge Manning. What did you say?
167 days without indictment.
167. That's not a winner. We are at 171 as our current winner. 39 cycles. Let's see if we can beat that.
On this, there is a $5,500 split bond with some of them going through UJR. Possession schedule 1 controlled substance, possession schedule 2 controlled substance, possession schedule 4 controlled substance, possession of a firearm or knife during the commission of a felony, driving license suspended or revoked, expired or license plate or decal, and no insurance. Position 22 is 23 CP 221399, 167 days without indictment. There is a $36,000 good bond as of August the 30th, 2023. Aggravated assault, theft by taking felony, and giving false info to law enforcement. Pre-trial.
In regards to this defendant, multi-state offender, 1 arrest in Florida, 1 in Alabama, no disposition. 7 in Georgia, there's an FTA, there's an old battery in 2000, misdemeanor and drug equipment in 2022, 2014 DUI, nothing further.
All right, go ahead, Ms. Safarasi. Is he going to live in Fulton County?
We have an address in Palmetto, Georgia, Your Honor.
I think that's Fulton. Yeah, okay.
Is that Fulton County? I'm not.
I think so. It is. Okay, I think so. All right, go ahead, Ms. Safarasi.
Yeah. Mr. Corsi, he's been in custody, like you said, 167 days without indictment. Attorney Beck told me that she had already applied him to drug court. The only issue they're facing right now at drug court is that he has that hold out in Harris County. It is for a traffic ticket. So they're trying to get that hold resolved. For the case that ends in 9-9, there is a prelim set for that next month. It was reset from September, so this is just continuing the process, Your Honor. That current bond is $36,000. We are asking for $15,000 for that bond. In the other case that ends in 8-2, they already had a prelim back in June where probable cause was found. The state still hasn't made any movements on that case. The current bond is $5,500. We're asking for UJR. We're asking to bring the bond down because we're in this hold where, because we have the hold and because the bond's too high, we can't get into drug court. We can't bond out. And so we're just trying to bring the bond down so we can actually do some work for his case and do some movement. A little bit about Mr. Corsi is that he's 52 years old. He's a lifelong resident here in Georgia. He is employed as a mechanic. He's been a mechanic the last 35 years, so he won't have an issue finding a job as a mechanic when he gets out, Your Honor. He has good, we have good contact information for members of his family. And again, because mainly we're trying to get him into drug court, we really need to reduce the bond. So that's why I'm asking for 15 on the case on 9-9, and then UJR in the case for 8-2.
All right. What says the state?
Yes, Your Honor. For the case that ends with 8-2, we're asking for each of the drug charges to be for a bond to be set at $1,000 each, and for the firearm charge to be set at $2,000, and the rest UJRs. For the case that ends with a 9-9, we're asking for the bond to be set at not less than $30,000 in this case. Stay away from the victim, Cornice Howard. In this case, stay away from the incident location. For the defendant to be placed on an ankle monitor to be paid for by the state. Nothing further, Your Honor.
What are those numbers you said you want?
It was very similar to the ones on number 21. I got it.
Okay.
Position 21. No driving until your bond is modified. You can have an ankle monitor paid for by the county with a 24-hour curfew, court, lawyer, medical, employment, as long as you supply the name of your employer, proof of employment schedule, and the exact location you've been working. So what we're going to do is 500, 500, 500, 2,000, and the others will leave UJR through pretrial.
3,500 total.
And also, no drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons. I think I said that. You got that, Ms. Robinson?
Yes, Judge. And on the UJR through pretrial, is there a level, or is the level from the previous bond?
There's no level because Bostic's about to scream out at me because those are misdemeanors. And
Okay.
they go, yeah.
Thank you.
I stole her thunder. All right, position 22 ending in 1399. No drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons, no further contact with Cornice, Cornece Howard. Stay away from 5500 Oakley Industrial Boulevard, apartment 320. You're going to have an ankle monitor paid for by the county with a 24-hour curfew, court, lawyer, medical, employment. You have to supply the name of your employer, proof of employment, schedule, and the exact location you're going to be working. You have to do that all the time. Don't get a job, say you got a job, and then quit it and act like you're still going. I'm just warning you. They monitor it. And
T-Rex, you saying that you have not seen Judge Manning before is like me going to a football game the other night and admitting that I've never been to a football game in this crowd. Enjoy. She used to do TPOs that were chef's kiss, but she doesn't do them anymore. She doesn't do them online anymore.
And I'm sure that Miss Beck wants an email, am I right, Miss Alfarasi, letting her know, here's where I'm working, here's my schedule. So that if something comes up or something's wrong with your ankle monitor, you can, Miss Beck can try to handle that on the front end. 10,000, 5,000, and 500. Best of luck to you, sir. You can leave the booth. Thank you, ACDC. All right, let's see. What about Tariq Simpson? All right, Mr. Rhodes. I think I saw him earlier. There we go. There's Mr. Rhodes. It's number 18, Bostic, Tariq Simpson. 22 CP 214980, 275 days. I'll add that name to my email, Mr. Rhodes. Without indictment, there's a $52,000 good bond as of May 24, 2023. Armed robbery, hijacking a motor vehicle, first degree, aggravated assault, possession of a firearm or knife during the commission of a felony, driving without a valid license, and fleeing and attempting to elude. Pre-trial.
No prior arrest.
Thank you. Go ahead, Mr. Rhodes.
Thank you. Sorry, Mr. Simpson.
No priors? He just jumped straight. Hold on. Say what he did again. No priors?
2023, armed robbery, hijacking a motor vehicle, first degree, aggravated assault, possession of a firearm or knife during the commission of a felony, driving without a valid license, and fleeing and attempting to elude. Pre-trial.
No prior arrest.
Thank you. Go ahead, Mr. Rhodes.
Thank you. Sorry, Mr. Simpson is 20 years old. He was 19 when he was arrested. Of course, as the court has noted, he's been in for 275 days since December of last year. We're asking for again a reduction of the bond. Currently, it's at $52,000. He's not able to make that. He has no prior arrests, though he does have a hold out of Henry County. I'm not entirely sure what that hold is for, but the jail is showing that. Still, we need to get that resolved. He is a lifelong Georgia resident. The address on file for him is correct. He would be living there with his mother, his sister, his nephew, and his niece. Prior to his arrest, he was working at a warehouse for about 3 to 4 months. He believes he would be able to go back to that warehouse. He graduated from high school as well, and since being in the jail, he has proactively, without even my suggestion, enrolled in a New Beginnings program there at the jail, where he does receive counseling, and he is working on getting supplemental certificates and his GED as well. All of that without my prompting. That does go to show that Mr. Simpson is working on bettering himself, being a productive member of society, not getting into any trouble, and being focused should he be released. But he just needs that chance, Judge. We would be asking for bond in total, not to exceed $20,000 in this case, so that he and his family can work on that, and then, also work on the issue coming out of Henry County.
All right. What says the state?
It's just the hold is just for driver suspended license, Mr. Rhodes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Your Honor. We're asking for a bond to be set in this case for not less than $40,000 in this case, for no contact with the victim, Quincy Corley, for the defendant to be placed on an ankle monitor to be paid for by the state, and no drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Hiya, Jack.
All right. No drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons, no further contact with your co-defendant, Lorenzo Turner, Larenzo. Let's see. You have ankle monitor paid for by the county with a 24-hour curfew. Court, lawyer, medical, employment, as long as you supply the name and meet with your lawyers. As long as you supply the name of your employer, proof of employment, schedule, and the exact location you'll be working. So Mr. Rhodes, I'm sorry, previously it said stay out of Fulton County. So is he going to live in Fulton County? Because I guess before it wasn't going to live in Fulton County.
One moment, Judge. No, he would, he's going to live in Locust Grove.
Okay, so that's not Fulton County.
Okay, right, okay.
All right, stay out of Fulton County unless you're for court or to see your lawyer. So what that means, sir, when you come to court, you come straight to court. Fill up with gas in Locust Grove, get a snack, don't stop for gas, don't stop for anything, leave Fulton County court or to meet with your lawyer. The only reasons that you come to Fulton County. No driving without a valid license, insurance, and registration. That ankle monitor is going to be paid for by the county with that 24-hour curfew. Stay away from 152 Ruzelle, Ruzelle Drive, and 3311 Empire Boulevard. Also, no further contact with Quincy, Quincy, Corley, Corley. And I'll put this name on the email. I got 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, 2,000, UJR through the jail, and 500. 10, 10, 10, 2, UJR, and 500. Got that, Miss Robinson?
One more time, Judge, I'm sorry.
10, 10, 10, 2, UJR jail, and 500.
Thank you.
Mr. Rhodes, has he had his prelim?
I believe so, Judge, yes.
Maybe he did because I just missed a couple of them. All right, well, it's 275. I'm going to include his name on my email. I know you wait a couple days, file another one, and if he's not out, We'll get him back in here and get it and cut it some more.
So we have a new current winner, 275 days without indictment. This is for somebody who has never been arrested before, folks. Remember that if you were in Fulton County, you fucking around, even if you've never been in trouble before, they hold you without indictment. That means what does that mean? That means that it hasn't gone through the grand jury yet. I think that's what it means.
Sure.
Understood.
Thank you. Best of luck to you, sir. Arthur Johnson, you can leave the booth. Arthur Johnson.
Judge, that was my only case. May I be excused?
Absolutely. Have a good day. Have a good weekend. All right, Arthur Johnson, number 15, Bostic, 23 CP 219314, 108 days without indictment, no bond as of June the 13th. Home invasion in the first degree, ag assault, possession of a firearm during the commission of or attempt to commit certain felonies, cruelty to children in the first, and criminal trespass, damage to property. Pre-trial.
No prior arrest.
All right, go ahead, Ms. Sofarasi.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Johnson's 25 years old. We have a good address for him here in Douglasville, Georgia. He's had that address for over a year and a half, and his mom actually lives right next door. He resides there with his uncle. His uncle owns the house, so we have family all in the same neighborhood. We have good contact information for him and multiple members of his family. He's been in Georgia the last 9 years. He was going back and forth between New York, but now he's been a solid Georgia resident for the last several years. He does have family here, including his mom, his uncles, his aunts, cousins. He is a high school graduate. At the time of his arrest, he was working in security. He was working for security companies, and he's been doing that for the past 7 years. He also builds computers. This is his first arrest here, Your Honor. Also, another really important thing to mention to you is that he recently was stabbed. He was stabbed last week. He was stabbed 5 times in the body and 3 times in the face, Your Honor. He just recently got out of medical. He's not getting the proper treatment for his stitches since then, and so I'm very concerned about that. He's been in 108 days. This is the first time he's been on the calendar. He's not set for a prelim yet, despite me asking Ms. Watts and multiple people to put him on a calendar. So because of that, I would like Your Honor to...
Okay. Jody, I was just gonna say, when I teach people how to trim weed, I always tell them, you try not to get your fingers sticky at all because I don't want you touching the bud. I want you touching the stem and then trimming around it. But I do get it. If you do it all day, your fingers will get sticky. Finger hash. Actually, we used to smoke a lot of finger hash when we were trimming weed. But she said he got stabbed in the face? That's nuts.
Take that into account. I'm asking for a bond not to exceed $30,000. There's a lot going on in this particular case. It would be appropriate for a prelim, but we haven't had one yet. So I'm asking for a bond not to exceed $30,000 in consideration of how long he's been in and the fact that he has been stabbed in the jail, Your Honor. Thank you.
So they're going to go back to having some prelims 5 days a week. So if you email Ms. Watts and you could copy the prosecutor on there and include me, and I'll make sure that I follow up when I get him in a prelim. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What says the state?
Yes, Your Honor. We're asking for a bond to be set at not less than $60,000 in this case for a stay away from 1205 Morgan Landings Drive. Stay away from that location. No contact with the victims in this case, and no alcohol, no drugs. For the defendant to be placed on an ankle monitor to be paid for by the state. Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right. No drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. You can have an ankle monitor paid for by the county with a 24-hour curfew, court, lawyer, medical, employment. As long as you can supply the name of your employer, proof of employment schedule, the exact location you're going to be working. Stay out of Fulton County, sir, unless you're here for court or to see your lawyer. Absolutely no other reason for you to come to Fulton County, court or to see your lawyer. Fill up a gas before you get here. No further contact with, and Miss Robinson, I wrote the juvenile's name out. So you can look and write that, but right now we'll use here RT, that's the minor child. Stay away from 1205 Morgan's Landing Drive in Sandy Springs, which should be fine because you're not coming back to Fulton County. No further contact with Shantae Clark, Shauntae Clark. No further contact with Sydney, Sydnei Tellis, Tellis. 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, 5,000, and 2,000. Best of luck to you, sir. 10, 10, 10, 5, and 2. Best of luck to you, sir. You can leave the booth.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, let's see. Is Miss Bray on here or somebody coming for Miss Bray?
Judge, for position number 9, which
Uh-huh.
is
Yeah.
sorry. For position number 9, the jail has said that the defendant is combative and they're not able to bring him out. That's
Again,
for
yeah.
Mr. McGee.
Okay, so we got Mr. Hines is filling in. Mr. Hines, you're gonna waive his appearance. I think it's been several times he's been here, and I understand he's been here 526 days without indictment. It's number 9, Bostic, 22 CP 208448. 526 days without indictment.
We have a new leader, ladies and gentlemen. 526 days without indictment. This system's broken. That's broken. That's just fucked.
Indictment. $32,000 good bond as of July 21st. Criminal attempt to commit a felony and simple assault. You gonna waive his presence, Mr. Hines?
I'm sorry to interrupt, Your Honor. I can't waive his presence.
Lisa, are you talking about curing the weed? Talking about burping jars or curing the weed? Depends on the humidity.
All right. So, Mr. Hines, oh, you froze up. Hold on a second. You froze. So, I've told other people before because I know how very little you guys get to go to see these folks at the jail and how busy you are. And, I always try to work with you. Maybe make a note that what you ask when you see your people is if there's some sort of glitch, it could be a technical glitch. You get combative. I get combative. You can't come out. May I waive your presence? Because this man has been in here 526 days without indictment. It's not your fault. That's something I've suggested. I don't know if Ms. Hanson does it or anybody else does it, but I asked. You always need to ask if something happens because we do have technical issues. You may want to see if you can waive his presence. I don't know when can we get him back on.
Judge, I'll reset him for the first available calendar. I can put him on.
All right.
It may be
Mr.
it may be 2 weeks.
Yeah, Mr. Hines, so I don't know if so this time, because he's been combative several times, allegedly, and hasn't been able to be brought out. So you just may want to mark on this. If you go, you may want to ask him that, sir, when you can't be brought out, we can't.
Amy, welcome. I'm sorry to hear that you are still having health issues, but I'm glad to see you. Sorry you didn't know about KCC 1.0 to 2.0. Me and YouTube Daddy, We fighting. We fighting.
Can't go forward unless you allow me to waive your presence. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe something you want to do. Because now I can't even address bond. And like I said, it's 520. But I'll put him on my email as I do anybody over 200 days. Thank you. And I think that's all you got, right, Mr. Hines?
Thank you, Your Honor. And no, Your Honor, I also have Mr. Tony Hunter.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's see. So emailed the ones that were removed, and let's see. All right. All righty. Let's see. Where is
Position 7, Your Honor.
Let's see. Trying to find it. Some of my pages maybe just got stuck together. You find that one. Hold on.
It's number 7, Judge.
Yeah, it's just my stack of papers. If one of y'all come over and help me find it, my stack of papers would be good. Because I'm shifting them around, going through them. Hold on one second. Okay, hold on. I think
526.
sometimes I staple them together to try to keep it in order, and I think I may have stapled it. All right. Yep, there you go. I did. I stapled this up. All right, number 7. We'll take care of Mr. Hines. You can get out of here. Number 7, Tony Hunter. Tony Hunter. All right, keep your hand. Turn around, face. Don't open the door. Come on. This is going to be important. You want to listen to everything. Shut. Oh, you want to shut it? All right, yeah, shut it. You can hold it. All right, number 7, Bostic, 23 CP 215404. You can hear me, right, Mr. Hunter? Okay. 259 days without indictment. I'll add him to the email. There's a $120,000 good bond as of June 8th. Aggravated assault, armed robbery, possession of a knife or a firearm during the commission of a felony, use of a firearm by a convicted felon during the commission of a crime.
19 cycles prior arrest for probation violation, FTA in 2012, first offender burglary in 2011, prior robbery, 2 counts 2013, terrorist threats 2017, open case 23 SC 189139, obstruction 4 counts. Misdemeanors firearm by convicted felon, Judge Ingram, 23 SC 187724, aggravated assault 2 counts, battery, family violence, terrorist threats, firearm by Judge Ingram. Nothing further.
All right, victim advocate. Has there been any contact with the victims or alleged victim?
No, a victim locate was sent.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Hines.
Thank you, Your Honor. As you said, Mr. Hunter has been incarcerated. He received his current.
So,
Mr. Hines, you're breaking up when you talk.
You don't have a great connection. I'm not real sure why.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it just keeps breaking up though. So maybe try to just lean forward. Maybe it won't fade in and out.
Okay, I'm sorry about that.
No, it's not your fault. Go ahead.
So I was saying that Mr. Hunter received his current bond of $120,000 a little after his 90th day here, so 6 months ago. Mr. Hunter is a 29-year-old man. He was born and raised in Atlanta and has lived here his whole life. His grandmother, uncles, aunts, cousins, brothers, sisters, and all of his living relatives are here in Atlanta. He has a good address living with his sister and her children here in Atlanta, Fulton County. He has 5 kids of his own, and I spoke with their mother, and she's eager for him to get out because she has nobody to help her with their 5 kids except Mr. Hunter. He's very involved in their lives and very involved in co-parenting. He's been a dishwasher at the same restaurant for over 5 years, and he does have his GED. The problem with sitting 9 months without indictment, especially for charges that originated 13 months ago, is that the evidence and Mr. Hunter's ability to present his defense starts to degrade over time. This case, as you can tell from the warrants and the incident report, is based totally on shaky identification. And without indictment, we don't know a lot of stuff we need to know, such as the circumstances surrounding this lineup, if there was surveillance, and how the alleged victim picked somebody out of a lineup that he said was wearing a mask and that he did not know. At any rate, due to the holes in the state's case, however they may snowball over time, and how that balances with Mr. Hunter's pretrial freedom, in addition to his community ties, which could not be any stronger with his whole family, his work, his 5 children, and his whole history being here, his good candidacy under the other Ayala factors, and his 9 months incarcerated in the abysmal conditions at Rice Street without indictment and in the dark. I'm asking for a significant reduction of his bond. I'm asking for his bond to be lowered to $20,000.
So, as a reminder, guys, when I mentioned Ayala factors, the Ayala factors are based on, I think it's like a 1993 case, which basically laid out the defining factors in which bond can be granted and the mitigating factors about that. So that's why we hear very similar things when they talk about that. It's the length and the character of them, how long they've been in the community, if they've graduated high school, their ties to the community, and what else is it? Prior criminal record, their cycles. So it does sound a lot like the same thing over and over again, but that's because legally that's what they have to talk about, the Ayala factors. Fulton County has a problem. They have an absolute problem with these unindicted cases. It's unacceptable, to be honest. That's why Judge Manning runs these bond courts in the evening times a lot of the time. I don't know if they're still in the evening, but Judge Manning runs these because she's trying to deal with the backlog. I will say, though, we've seen ample other counties all over the United States handle this. So it's getting a bit old, to be honest. I wish this was an old hearing. This is from yesterday. So obviously they still have people unindicted sitting in the jail being stabbed in the face. I really thought that wasn't allowed in the States for some reason, but I guess things be different in Fulton County. And this is why T-Rex, this is why I'm always laughing about how different it is in Clayton County, which is a contiguous, which means it touches contiguous county to Fulton County. Can you imagine just over the border into Clayton County? Judge Dan's dismissing these charges sometimes because of certain things not being there. Whereas these charges are sitting unindicted for this long.
The state.
Yes, Your Honor, we're asking for a bond in this case to not to be set at not less than $70,000 in this case for a stay away from the for a no contact with the victim in this case, the Marius Douglas, no weapons, no drugs, no alcohol, for the defendant to be placed on an ankle monitor to be paid for by the state. Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right. Can you? I was looking for the victims. Is it Demetrius Douglas?
That's who I have, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, just making sure. All right, no drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons. Is he going to live in Fulton County, Mr. Hines?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, no drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. Stay away from 2471 Old National Highway and all travel lodge motels. You're going to have ankle monitor paid for by the county with a 24-hour curfew. Court, lawyer, medical, employment, as long as you supply the name of your employer, proof of employment, schedule, and the exact location you will be working. No further contact with Demetrius, Demetrius, Douglas, Douglas. So I'm going to cut it in half. 25, 25, 5 and 5. 25, 25, 5 and 5. Best of luck to you, sir. I'm sure Mr. Hines or Miss Bray will follow another, because he's had a prelim, I think, right? I think so. Yep. Follow another one. If it does that, we'll see where we go then. Best of luck to you, sir. You can leave the booth.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Hines. All right. Hassan Langford. You can leave. Yes, sir. Have a good weekend.
Judge, can I make an announcement?
What? Yes.
Excuse me, Judge, can I make an announcement?
Yes, sir.
There's two inmates in that booth. One needs to wait on the outside.
All right, so can you ask him there you go. Sorry, he was just okay. Yeah, because one didn't work. One of the things didn't work.
Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, yes, sir. All right. I'm sorry, where is Mr. Langford at? I missed the hand wave. There he is. Okay, Mr. Langford. 23 is number 8, Bostic 23 CP 216194. 229 days without indictment, $35,000 good bond as of May the 18th on aggravated assault.
In regards to this defendant, he has a hold in Jonesboro for forgery, 3 felonies, 6 arrests for probation violation, prior old cocaine in 2015, 2018, purchase, manufacturing, distribution of controlled substance, 2 FTAs, 03 and 05. There's a battery. Stephanie Daniels, convictions 110, 23, 12 months probation, nothing further.
All right. Any victim contact?
I'm sorry, can I get position number?
Number 8. Hassan Langford.
No, a victim locate was sent on that one too.
All right, 229 days. Go ahead, Mr. Showalter.
Yeah,
added him to my email.
Did you tell me something there, Your Honor?
Yeah, I said I added him to the email that I sent
okay.
out.
Okay. Mr. Langford is 46 years old. He's a Georgia native. His address on file is in Clarkston, Georgia. That's DeKalb County. He lives there with his sister. He has a 7-year-old daughter who does live with him as well. And he works as a chef. For this charge, I'm asking Your Honor to make the bond lower to maybe no more than $10,000, Your Honor.
All right. What's that the state?
Yes, Your Honor, we're asking in this case for a bond to be set at not less than $25,000 for a no contact with the victim, in this case, Golden Gay. No alcohol, no drugs, no weapons.
Night Loud Elvis, thank you for being here as usual. Appreciate you. Have good sleep.
No, nothing further, Your Honor.
All right. I know you're not on the indictment team, but where are we at on some of these cases that are, 500 for this one, 229 days as far as indictment? And I know there's a new program, so everybody's drafting up indictments for their cases, but any idea?
Your Honor, right now we're working on the 2021 cases. I have no idea.
All right, let's see. Give me a second. All right, no drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons. Stay away from 908 Ralph David Abernathy in Atlanta. You're going to have an ankle monitor paid for by the county with a 24-hour curfew. Court, lawyer, medical, employment. As long as you supply the name of your employer, proof of employment schedule, and the exact location you're going to be working. Stay out of Fulton County unless you're here for court or to see your lawyer. Those are the only two reasons you come. Fill up with gas before you stop, because filling up with gas in Fulton County is not seeing your lawyer or coming to court. No further contact with Golden Gay, Gay. 1 second. Let's see.
Golden Gay?
I'm sorry, Bostic. Did you say there was a hold?
Yes, Judge, there is a hold in Jonesboro for forgery.
Okay, yeah. So you have 48 hours, sir, to have that ankle monitor placed on your ankle once you get released from your hold. So you reach out to your lawyer, you reach out to the ankle monitoring company, call them and have them on there. They will know when you get out. If you don't have that ankle monitor placed on there, you'll be placed on a bond revocation calendar, sir. And I don't want to see that, because then you'll sit there another 100 and some odd days before you get there. So please make sure you take care of that if they come get you. That ankle monitor needs to be on your ankle within 48 hours of you getting released if Jonesboro picks you up. $20,000 good bond. Best of luck to you, sir. Get it. Let's follow another motion and get it back on here. Mr. Showalter will take care of it some more. Miss Hanson, do you mind if we take, or Miss Eustace, do you mind if we take Mr. Cameron last, since it's a little complicated?
I don't mind, Your Honor. I can wait.
Because I only have a couple one. Miss Hanson, let's see. You here for Mario Bell?
I am.
Mario Bell. Okay, he's not in there
Excuse
yet.
me, yeah, we're a little challenged with staff, and they're trying to get him to the booth.
No worries, no worries. If you're finished with your case.
Wait, isn't Mario Bell a subscriber that comes by? I'm pretty sure he is. He's the tattoo guy. I hope he didn't get arrested. I'm pretty sure he is. T-Rex, get the fuck out of Fulton County, dude. You do not want to be in Fulton County. I don't think he lives in Florida, and then he lives up north somewhere too. He hangs out mostly in Credence and Mikey's chat. But he comes by here sometimes. I've talked to him in the Discord. I swear to God that's his name.
Case you can leave. How about Rady Boyd? All right. Where's Mr. Haddad?
So, Lisa, it's not a number of months that you need to cure weed. You need to get it to the right humidity point, which is going to be about 64%. Sorry, 59 to 64% humidity. Don't do that, Billy. That is horrible. Please don't ever do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. But yeah, so you're going to want to get it to 64%. So what I would suggest that you do, you go down to your local plant store or Home Depot and you buy a humidity meter. It's a small little screen, and you can place it in whatever you want. You can put it into a jar and it will tell you what the humidity is. So the reason that you burp it is because you don't want it to get moisture in there, but ideally you're going to bring it to between 59 and 64.
Your Honor, I'm covering for Mr.
Your
Haddad.
dad, he corrected me the other day, but I was like, dang it, sorry. All right, number 4, Bostic. It is 23 CP 217679. 168 days without indictment, $70,000 good bond as of June 22nd. Aggravated assault against a law enforcement officer and simple battery against a peace officer.
In regards to Boyd, 2 prior Georgia arrests, open case in New Jersey, prior arrest in New Jersey, 3 arrests in South Carolina and Pennsylvania, prior conviction, unlawful possession of a weapon for unlawful purpose in 2018. Nothing further.
Any contact with the victim?
Yeah, once you've hit around that humidity point, then you're ready to it's ready to smoke. You're going to find that the higher the humidity level, the sort of stickier it is, and it's a little bit. Some people find it easier to roll, some people don't. The other thing is if you, let's say your weed is dried out too much and you need to get it back to life in a way, if you have access to a marijuana plant, that's perfect. Because what you'll take is a fan leaf. And if you go ahead and take that fan leaf, put it inside the jar or inside your container, it's going to bring it up to the humidity point of that fan leaf, which is usually around that like 62%. If you don't have access to a marijuana plant, then you would want to, you could use something else, lettuce. Although lettuce will go way above 62%. So you have to actually take that out and be monitoring that, or else it will over humidify it. Or an orange peel will do the same thing, but that will impart a little bit of flavor as well. But you, again, need to watch it because it's not going to stop at the point where you want it. Only thing that will do that is a fan leaf from a plant, a live plant. The other thing that you can absolutely do is go and purchase what's called a Boveda pack. A Boveda pack is meant to bring something to that correct humidity point and then leave it there. And they usually sell them at dispensaries. I bet you could buy them on Amazon. And those will just bring you straight to that humidity point and leave it there. Piece of bread or an apple. I think bread is good because it dries itself out. So it has a self-limiting humidity factor in it as well. Apple and orange peel are going to also go high. It's not too much trouble. It's just humidity is really important for weed, basically, especially if you're going to be pressing it in a rosin press. You want it to be at the perfect humidity, and each strain actually has its own perfect humidity point. That's really the thing, because what you'll realize is some of them retain more than others and work better than others. So, but curing weed should not take months, maybe a month and a half. I mean, what we would lay it out so it's all flat. You don't ideally want it in a jar. Like you'd ideally like it to be flat and in a sort of area. But Oh, please don't. Let's not encourage anybody to spray weed in the bag or water in the bag, though, Jay from Michigan, because they they don't. It's not good. That that can breed a little bit of mold, and so you have to be a little careful with that. If you're experienced, then yes, you could do a very light spray of water. But if you're not experienced with it, do not, do not do that. Bovega bodega. Yeah. Yeah, hang it up like laundry is a good idea. So especially if once see what we do is trim it on the like you cut the branches off, trim it on the branches, and then you can use the branches and just hang them like that until it's time.
The victims are officers, so no, we didn't make contact with them.
I mean, but
I was just looking for a picture of Eileen.
So what does that mean? You could still call them
I believe our investigators reach out to officers.
because of victim advocate. They don't get a victim advocate.
I'm not
Yeah, butt
100% sure. And then
I know your investigators reach out and serve them with subpoenas, but 168 days and you have no kind of contact. This person's still a victim. I don't care what they are, a police officer, a firefighter, a school teacher. So you need to get clear and see, and it's not you, but let's get in contact with these alleged victims so we can get these cases moving. Thank you. Go ahead, Ms. Safarasi. Sorry, I didn't mean to steal your thunder.
No problem, Your Honor. Thank you. All right. Mr. Boyd has been incarcerated 168 days without an indictment. His current bond was set at $70,000. He did have a prelim back in June of this year where probable cause was established. State has not done anything on his case. They haven't even contacted the victim, it sounds like. If released, Your Honor, he will be residing with his uncle in Atlanta. He's 40 years old. He has 6 children. 3 of his youngest children all reside in Atlanta here. He has twin 5-year-olds and a 3-year-old. He does have his GED. At the time of his arrest, he was working. He was working at a Japanese restaurant where he worked in the kitchen. And typically other jobs he picked up are warehouse, construction type of work. And he was working on getting his CDL before his arrest. So he has plans to have higher, better things, Your Honor. But with this case, he's been stuck in the jail. And he does have a lot of family in the metro Atlanta area, including his uncle. Your Honor, we're asking for a $10,000 bond. There's no weapon in this case. It is a situation where I looked at the warrant. It's an allegation of a beating. Considering the fact that he's been in for so long and no movement on this case, he cannot make this $70,000 bond at all. It's completely unattainable to him. So, Your Honor, we're asking for a $10,000 bond total.
All right. What says the state? And where's he going to live? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. It has Conway, South Carolina. Where does he plan on living, Miss Safarasi?
We have an address at 169 Trinity Avenue in
So
Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay. All right. He's going to live in Atlanta. All right. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What says the state?
No, we're asking for a bond to be set at not less than $50,000 in this case. For the special, we'll leave the special conditions to the sound discretion of the court, Your Honor.
All right. Let's see. No drugs unless prescribed. No alcohol. No weapons. No replicas of weapons. I'll just go by Judge Sellers. It says you can have ankle monitor paid for by the county with a 24-hour curfew. Court, lawyer, medical, mental health if needed, programs, and employment. As long as you supply the name of your employer, proof of employment schedule, and the exact location you'll be working. So court, lawyer, medical, and employment only. Once again, Bostic, I'm sorry. Was there a hold?
I didn't see one on boy.
Okay. All right. So if you want to, Ms. Robinson, on some of these, you can just put 48 hours if there's a hold in case something pops up that obviously we don't know about. All right. Let's see. No further contact with Officer Morgan, Morgan, unless it's in their official capacity. Looks like when I read this, alleged bleeding from his right ear and the back of his head. So we'll do 10,000 and 30,000. Best of luck to you, sir. Miss Safarasi, has he had a prelim?
Yes, Your Honor, back in June.
All right, you did say that. Okay, so
Judge, can you repeat that again for me?
10,000 and 30,000.
Thank
So,
you.
And I'll be honest with you, I don't smoke. I hate machine trimmed weed. Let's put it that way. But it's actually very difficult to learn how to trim weed very well. It's a skill, especially to do it fast. I've spent a lot of time doing it. That's why I know how to do it. But hi, Colin, welcome. Hi, Melanie, welcome, welcome. Yeah, Jody, you know too. Like if you're doing a high amount, then it makes sense. But in reality, like ideally, like actually, here's a picture of us trimming by hand with the bins, and those are big buds too, actually. But absolutely lots of time. But you know what? When you put all that time into growing it properly, why the fuck would you then put it into a machine and shake off all the good stuff, in my opinion? Also, here's one thing that I will go ahead and say that I learned that is a really good thing. When you are doing a cut down, do it before the lights come on, because we know how plants work and they photosynthesize and they bring their food up in based on the light. And so if you think about it, um, if you cut the plant once the lights are on, which obviously makes more sense because you need lights, but in reality, if you kill the plant first when you've decided that you're going to trim it, without like before the light cycle starts again, then you actually get a really better tasting weed. If you do it when the lights have come on, then it already comes through, and it's a little bit more bitter. So, especially with really high quality stuff, you go ahead and cut the plant and kill it basically before the lights come on or that light cycle comes on. You're going to get a much smoother taste.
Ms. Frost, if you put it, file one in a few more weeks, we'll get it on there. Maybe they've had to figure out who make victim contact. We'll get this moving, okay?
Yeah, sure. I'll let the attorney know. I'm just covering for tonight.
All right. James Leaks. All right, there's Mr. Leaks. I think this is your last one, Ms. Frosty. Position 2 and 3, Bostic. 22 CP 214600. 292 days without indictment. $150,000 good bond as of June the 23rd. On robbery, hijacking motor vehicle, first degree, ag assault, possession of a firearm or a knife during the commission of a felony, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Position 3, 22 CP 214733. There's another $150,000 good bond as of June 23rd on armed robbery, hijacking a motor vehicle, first degree, aggravated assault, possession of a firearm or a knife during the commission of a felony, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Retry. You're on mute, Bostic.
Okay, 22 cycles, repeat offender, going back to the 80s, going back to the 80s, so armed robbery, there's a DUI, burglary in the 90s, burglary 2010, cocaine in 2010. There's another armed robbery, aggravated assault in 2010. He's currently on probation for burglary, sentenced in 2018, 5 years confinement, 5 years probation, 1 arrest for probation violation. And then there's a misdemeanor battery in 2007, nothing further.
Any contact with the alleged victims?
Yes, victim contact was made.
Yes, speak up a tad. I can barely hear you.
Victim contact was made.
Uh-huh.
She is against the defendant receiving bond. However, she does not know the defendant. She states she doesn't fear for her life, but does get bond.
Mayor, the difference between hand trimmed weed and a machine trimmed weed is almost like a whippersnipper, like a weed whacker. Spins really fast and cuts off all the fan leaves and the stuff that you want to trim off, but in the same time it knocks off a lot of the crystal that you get on weed, and you'll be able to tell when you look at a nug of weed and it's very uniform. that's been machine trimmed. It's literally it. I personally think it is sacrilege to machine trim weed. But anyways, um, a hand crank machine is good. So I agree, Amy. Like, I'm not saying that every machine is bad. What I'm saying is, like, the large scale machines that the big companies use are just shit. It's just absolutely crap. And yes, you want your finger hatched, Jay from Michigan. But yeah, you agree, right? You use little LED lights on your hat in the dark. If you go outside first, stop at second, right before the rooster crows. Exactly. It's actually that important. The it's just like why you have to flush your weed when you are growing it and you're feeding it. Like, you have to do a proper flush, right? Um, anyways, there's a lot of nuances around growing weed. I barely know any of them, even though I sound like I know a lot. I learned from a master grower, but I have one iota of experience comparatively to the person who trained me. So
She is requesting no contact.
Okay. All right. Ms. Alfarasi.
Yes, Your Honor. In which there's two cases. So which case do they have?
Yeah, did you talk to Wallace Knox or Brianna McCoy?
Wallace.
Okay.
Have you talked to Brianna?
No, a victim locate was sent for her.
Okay. Your Honor, Mr. Leaks has been incarcerated now 292 days without an indictment. We had a preliminary hearing back on both these cases in March of this year. Probable cause was established. I will say, Your Honor, I'm the one that handled the hearing. We know probable cause is an extremely low bar. There's a lot of holes here. A lot of it is based on the fact that he was found with the car or connected to the car in question. And so it wasn't any lineups or anything of that nature. It apparently was
green hash is not good. You don't want your hash to be green. That means there's plant matter in it. I'm sorry. Keef shouldn't be green either. It should be gold. If it's green, it literally means that you've got plant matter in it. And you don't want that. Also, yeah, Grimm's manslaughter video messed me up too. Man's laughter. I can't get over that as well. Dana. It's crazy. Yeah, Amy, I know you know. I know you know. But we got some noobs in the crowd. Um, I mean, where I live, we use seaweed in the food. We use ladybugs for pest control. Uh, we have a lot of different methods. Also, did I say egregious? I probably did. But I like that word too.
a stranger on stranger situation. And so there are a lot of good trial issues here. Mr. Leaks is 58 years old. He's a lifelong resident here in Georgia. He does have two children that also reside here in Georgia. At the time of his arrest, he worked.
So wax is produced. I'm trying to think. So rosin is produced with heat and pressure, but no chemicals. Shatter is produced using butane, usually. Then there's like RSO, and then there is distillate. But I think wax is slightly on the less processed side. But I can't remember, to be honest. I don't smoke a lot of wax, weed waxes or crumbles. But I'll look it up. I can't remember.
Worked as a forklift driver and he's certified. Your Honor, he's very old. He's almost 60 years old, and he's stuck in a jail that is inhumane and is being investigated by the feds. We've had 10 people die in that jail. His bond is completely unattainable. Is a ridiculous bond considering the fact the state has not made any movement on this case since 6+ months now, since we had a prelim. I understand that the complaint witness is against contact, and we don't have an issue with there being no contact. There is a stranger to Mr. Leaks. I mean, he's entitled to bond. He currently has a bond, so we have to just keep bringing the bond down. I'm going to ask for $60,000 on each case. I've been asking this since first appearance, Your Honor. This is not the first time he's been on night court. But again, this bond is completely unattainable to his wife, who is having to pay for everything now that he's been in custody this long. So again, we're almost approaching a year on this case with no movement. So because of that, I'm asking for 60 on each case. So 120 total for both.
Is he gonna live in Fulton County?
Yes, Your Honor, is an Atlanta address.
All right. What says the state?
Yes, Your Honor, based on the nature of the charges, we're asking for the bond to be not reduced at this point. We're asking for no weapons, no drugs, no alcohol, stay away from 3050 Martin Luther King Jr. Drive, Southwest, Atlanta, Georgia, 30311. No contact with the victim, in this case, Wallace Knox. For the other case, again, same exact thing. No contact with the victim, Brianna McCrae. Stay away from 3330 Martin Luther King Jr. Drive, Southwest, Atlanta, Georgia. And for the defendant to be placed on an ankle monitor to be paid for by the state. Nothing further, Your Honor.
I know,
All
Billy.
right, let's see. On position 2, ending in 4600.
But I just checked, and a wax is made by using a solvent, so ethanol or butane or CO2. Personally, I prefer rosin, which is, like I said, used with heat and pressure. So you don't have any solvents in it. Other than that, most concentrates of weed will have been made by using a solvent. So BHO, butane hash oil, is the original sort of one. And they used to say, like, oh, people like shatter, and people used to blow things up using that. But you can make it quite safely. But again, the amount of like leftover solvent in your product, I don't like it particularly. I had a rosin press in my living room for the longest time, and I would press for my dabs daily because I preferred that way. But it's not scalable rosin, so you cannot scale it up. If I've done it, I've literally put from a 1/4 gram nug to 7 grams or 14 grams into a rosin bag and pressed it, and your yield is better with smaller amounts, which means it's not feasible to make it on a large commercial scale for the most part for cheap because you just can't mass produce it. Whereas with shatter and other types of concentrates, you can make them in huge batches and in one go. So but personally, the way that I started making rosin was I went to a thrift store. I bought a used hair straightener because that's the best one. You don't want to buy a new one. You buy a used hair straightener, and then you use butcher paper or parchment paper, and you take your nug or whatever it is in between, and then you put it in between the hair straightener, and then you stand on it. So that's your heat is the hair straightener, and then the pressure is you standing on it. Now, I upgraded to a real rosin press, which is a hydraulic press that has a heated plates on it. But even still at that point, which was one of the top of the line machines you can get, it doesn't scale up to make it commercially. Anyways, let's continue watching this. And again, there's so much about marijuana that, you don't have to be an expert on it to enjoy it or use it, but it does help, especially if you are looking for certain effects. The thing I like about rosin is that it maintains your terpenes in it, especially because you don't use a very high temperature. And the terpenes are the flavor and the strain effects that you get from marijuana. So THC on its own doesn't give you that, doesn't make you giggly or make you couch locked. Those come from the terpenes in them. And so, but terpenes are all around us. For example, mangoes have terpenes, all these different things. So, but terpenes are very important for marijuana. In fact, the indicator if a plant is indica is actually 0.05% myrcene content, I believe. And so myrcene is the terpene that makes you sleepy and makes you want to go to sleep. Anyways, we should get going for the like Weed Wednesday that I'm going to do, but maybe not while I'm in the States where it's illegal.
No drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons. You can have an ankle monitor paid for by the county with a 24-hour curfew, court, lawyer, medical.
Okay, last thing I'm going to say is that everything is a hybrid. It's all on a scale of hybrid, unless you're actually going to come at me and prove to me that you have a landrace strain, which most people don't. It's all on a scale between sativa leaning or indica leaning, and they're all hybrids. The likelihood of somebody having a landrace strain, which is like a pure indica or a pure sativa, is so slim that I just always say, show me, prove it. Because for the most part, even a dispensary doesn't have that. And I really despise it when they are like, oh, this is an indica, this is a sativa. No, they're all fucking hybrids. They're all on a scale. And the terpenes are what tells you what's more indica or more sativa. Yeah, sativa is going to give you more energy, and then indica leaning hybrids are going to give you more sleep and couch lock effects. But again, the strain that you get is so dependent upon who grew it, how they grew it, what they put into it, and all of that, that it's hard to even believe what they tell you. I mean, they can change the name of something. There's no rule that says they have to name it. You know what I'm saying? So that's sort of the reason why you need to make sure that who you're dealing with has ethics amongst the industry. Unscrupulous, growers and sellers are sort of the bane of the existence because they'll name it whatever they want. They'll grow it with whatever shitty food they want, and they don't flush it properly, whatever. Adding weight, there's many different things that people do. And so to me, somebody can tell me that they have X, Y, or Z, but in reality, unless you're going to show me it all the way back to where you cloned it from the mother plant, or even if you grow it from seed, you've got some issues there with the phenotype, unless it's been already, there's so many tricks. And again, the thing is, like, when we were growing weed, I mean, you can get weed now for like $500 or $600 a pound Canadian, which is cheap. The weed we were selling was $2,000 a pound because of the quality and because it was ultra premium, ultra organic, just a wide range of quality.
Employment, as long as you supply the name of your employer, proof of employment schedule, and the exact location you'll be working. No further contact with Wallace Knox, Knox. Stay away from, I got 3843 Jonesboro Road Southeast.
Yeah, I don't think there's any land race streams anymore, Jay, either.
All right,
Because people went
25,
and traded.
25, 5 and 5. 25, 25, 25, 5 and 5. On position 3, ending in 4733. No drugs unless prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons. Stay away from 3330 Martin Luther King Jr. Drive Southwest. Gonna have ankle monitor paid for by the county with a 24-hour curfew. Court, lawyer, medical, employment. As long as you supply the name of your employer, proof of employment schedule, and the exact location you're going to be working. And Ms. Alfarossi probably wants that in an email and not a phone call. No further contact with Brianna, Brianna McCoy, MCCOY. 25, 25, 25, 5 and 5. 25, 25, 25, 5 and 5. Best of luck to you, sir. Ms. Alfarossi comes on again, we'll reduce it some more. And I've also included both his cases on my email.
Thank you. I was gonna ask that. Oh, so I'm bad at math. Is that 85 total for each case?
Ms. Alfarossi, you think of me? First of all, you call 60 old. Now you want me to do math.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
So it's 80.
Is it 80 total?
80. 25,000, 25,000, 25,000 is 75,000 plus 10,000.
So that's
85,000. Yeah, 85,000. Excuse me, look at 80. All right, that's it. Best of luck to you, sir.
That completes my business for tonight. May I be excused?
Yes, ma'am. Have a good week.
You too. Thank you.
Before Mr. Safarazzi leaves, just to make sure the name of the victim is McRae or McCroy.
I have on here that it's I have McCoy, MCCOY.
Okay, just making sure, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay.
Excuse me, Judge.
Yes, sir.
Is there any possibility that Mr. Bell can go next? We have some security concerns at the jail. If not, we'll wait.
No, that's fine. So we're just waiting on Mr. Cameron, right?
For Mr. Bell, that's me.
Yeah, no, I'm saying we're waiting on Mr. Cameron, right?
Oh, I don't know.
LT?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
I just want to make sure. All right. Is it?
I think he's in booth number 4. Cameron.
Oh, Cameron, wave your hand. Oh, gotcha. Okay. So, Mr. Bell, wave your hand. There, we got you. Number 19, Bostic 23, CP 219125. No bond as of June the 6th, 115 days without indictment. Armed robbery, burglary in the second degree, possession of a firearm or a knife during the commission of a felony, theft by taking misdemeanor. Try.
In regards to this defendant, 46 Cycles has a hold for an FTA out of South Fulton, a repeat offender, misdemeanor violence, simple battery, 4 counts. There's a harassing communication in 21. He took a first offender on a robbery and a hijacking in 09. Currently on probation, 16 SC 147682, robbery, sentence 4 to 18, 5 years confinement, 15 years probation. And also there's for terroristic threats, interference with government property, sentence 61021, 2 years confinement, 3 years probation. Nothing further.
All right. Go ahead, Ms. Hanson.
Counter, Mr. Bell has already resolved his probation issues, or his felony probation issue. He is on misdemeanor probation. However, he was not on misdemeanor probation at the time that he was alleged to have committed this offense, is my understanding. If he were released on bond, he would live with one of his 2 aunts, one being Kathleen Bedford, Bedford, the second being his aunt, Wanda Weaver. Both of them residing in College Park. So he would be residing in Fulton County. He has no children. He's 35 years old. He went to North Clayton High School and got his GED. The day that he was arrested, he was actually supposed to start working at I'm sorry, my dog keeps dropping your phone. Start working at the Checkers in College Park. He knows the manager there and he was able to procure a job. I would note for the court, I don't like to get into the facts of cases, but I have obtained the video on this case, the surveillance video, and have reviewed the interview of the complaining witness who speaks Spanish. I had her communications interpreted for me because I don't speak Spanish. But my understanding is that this was the cleaning lady at the hotel She actually indicated that when she entered the room that Mr. Bell did have a gun. He told her shh. He did not take anything from her, but she left the room. He was squatting in the room. And when she left the room, she left her phone. She went and got security for the hotel, who went up and got Mr. Bell out of the room. And after he had left, she realized her phone was gone. So this is not an armed robbery, even in the light best or the light most favorable to the state. However, he is charged with that, and I understand the court has to set a bond on it. I just want to let the court know that it really is more of a theft by taking than it is an armed robbery. But Mr. Bell would absolutely be a good bet on bond. He doesn't have any prior violent felonies. He is able to work. I would suggest that if he's not able to procure the job at Checkers when he gets out, that he get a job through Georgia Works. However, that has not been on our radar because he had no bond up until this particular point. In order to get help through the bail project, I'm asking the court for a bond of less than $5,000 total.
Any contact with the victim?
No, a victim locate was sent.
All right, what says the state?
Yes, Your Honor, in this case, we're asking for a bond to be set at not less than $50,000. We're asking for the defendant to be placed on an ankle monitor to be paid for by the state. No contact with the victim in this case, Nubia Arkaga. No drugs, no alcohol, no weapons, nothing further, Your Honor.
And he's gonna live in Forest Park, right, Ms. Hanson? You're gonna
Sorry,
live in Forest
College Park. College
Park.
Park.
Is it Forest Park or is it College? Because on there he gave a Forest Park address. You gonna live in Forest Park? Thumbs up or down? No, thumbs up or down? College Park, thumbs up or thumbs down?
You're going to live in Forest Park?
Yeah, I think
College Park.
Is it Clayton County? Thumbs up or down? Okay, gotcha. It's College Park then. Okay. No drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. Stay away from 2450 Old National Highway. No further contact with NUBIA. Last name ARCHAGA. Ankle monitor paid for by the county with a 24-hour curfew. Court, lawyer, medical, employment, as long as you supply the name of your employer, proof of employment schedule, and the exact location you'll be working. Stay away from all red roof inns. $10,000, $10,000, no, $10,000, $5,000, $10,000, $3,000, 10, 5, 10, and 3. 10, 5, 10, and 3. Ms. Hanson, is this down for a?
It is not. It is not down for a prelim. I have asked.
All right. So if you, once again, email Ms. Watts, obviously the prosecutor copy me, and we'll get it on a prelim counter. Okay. Hopefully that's helping when you're doing that. I'm doing my best.
I have emailed about that.
I mean, yeah. So I mean, but
I've already emailed Ms. Watts.
No, do that.
I can do it again.
Yeah. Make sure you copy me so I can follow up. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Best of luck, sir. You can leave the booth. Best of luck, Mr. Bell. You can leave the booth. Thank you, Ms. Hanson. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Let's see. All right. Craig Cameron. So, Mr. Jafari, do you remember the issue we were talking about last night? I mean, excuse me, Tuesday night? And who was it? I think she emailed you a copy of it too. Like there's this one case that he's been indicted. He was indicted in 2016 or 15, 16. He's already handled it, and they indicted him on those same charges in 2023.
I think I recall this.
So who is Shannon Gaston? Why is your camera on?
She's the actual lead attorney on it, Your Honor. I'm covering the.
Sorry, Ms. Gaston, I didn't recognize you. So put Esquire by your name because I don't like folks on here visiting, waving.
I'm covering the complicated nuance case, and then Ms. Guest has Mr. Cameron's other case.
So Miss Eustace emailed you, copied you on that email, and it was actually positioned. Position.
Your Honor.
So it's position number 11, 23 CP 218316. That case had been, and it's just an aggravated assault. That case had been indicted in, I'm sorry, I did confuse it. It was 2016 under 16 SC 146965. Then they re-indicted it under 17 SC 152329. Now, and he's handled it, and now they've indicted it again on the same thing under this. Well, they hadn't indicted it, but they charged it again under a CP number. And Mr.
And in conjunction with this arrest, Your Honor, he also was arrested on a VOP for that 2017 case, which is the exact same duplicate warrant number. It looks as though because of the multiple null pros and re-indicts that the warrant was not cleared once that the case was actually resolved.
And counsel, you know, because I had it written down right when you emailed us, and I've already got it written down. I've already looked through it. So what are we going to do? Because this man doesn't need to be held on a case that's been indicted twice, then another CP number, and he's already taken care of. So I don't want that one to hold. Now he's got another case with no bond.
He does, and Your Honor, it's actually been 3 times indicted. It was 2 16 cases and then a 17 SC. So there's been multiple nuances of null pros re-indict for this case.
Do you remember seeing the email last night from Miss Eustace?
I think I sent it Tuesday night, right around 5 o'clock as well.
Yeah, let's see if I can find it. There it is. Hold on a second. I'll forward it to you again and put it at the top of your email if you want. A minute.
And he's been held in a no bond status on both of these cases.
145 days. I'll go ahead and put this one on there just so the record's clear. So this one that we're talking about right now is actually 23 CP 218316. 145 days without indictment, no bond as of May 8th on aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. The other one that Ms. Guest is going to handle is position 10, 23 CP 218315, 145 days without indictment, no bond as of May 8th. Ag assault, criminal trespass, damage to property, and 2 misdemeanor obstructions. Now back to position 11, ending in 8316. So I just forwarded you that same email, so to put it at the top of your email, counsel.
That's nuts.
And you look at Odyssey, you will see where it's got the null pros.
And then the 17 SC case is where there's the actual disposition, where he gets the plea on this case.
And Your Honor, I have just forwarded the email that you have forwarded to me to my supervisor in this case so that we can get this resolved.
Okay, so, and I'm not being mean, but I get that, but then what do we do in the meantime because if I don't do something with this, it's gonna be a no bond status. If I'm somebody on here, somebody's gonna call first on 5, only on 2, live at 11 if I make it a UJR, because all they gonna see is aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, signature bond. And they'll be all about Judge Manning doing that. All about it, because ain't nobody gonna do the research to understand what happened. But I care about this man's freedom and don't want to make him sit there on something that's already been handled. So that's why we emailed it to you Ms. Eustace emailed it to you on Tuesday at 5:18 to look at it. So I don't know what to do to handle this one, but while you're thinking on that or trying to get somebody else on the line, let's take care of position 10. Pre-trial.
Judge, in regards to the defendant, 26 cycles, at least 4 felonies, couple of misdemeanors. He has a hold in Jonesboro for an FTA. He has an FTA from 2011, misdemeanor battery in 2011.
How many of those cycles were for the same thing that they were freaking indicting him on, though? Also, I do appreciate Judge Manning. I do think she does care about justice and freedom, but it's just it's a lot. It's a long time. It's a lot of crime.
2011, there's a prior burglary in 07 and 2011, theft by taking in 2010. He's on probation for that case y'all were talking about, 17 SC 152329, aggravated assault, 4 counts, firearm during, firearm by, sentence 8, 14, 17, 5 years confinement, 15 years probation. Nothing further.
Gotcha. So go ahead, Ms. Guest, on position 10. Oh, I can't hear you, Miss Guest. And you're not on mute, so maybe you have it connected to the right microphone. So if you go down to your little microphone at the bottom left hand, click on that. You have to select the microphone that you want to use. You may have it on like screen and that doesn't have a microphone. So hit that little arrow beside that microphone. It'll give you several selections at the very top. Select a microphone if you see that. Miss Guest? I accept control.
Ms. Guest, if you want to email me, I could probably make the argument if you're having issues with your audio.
And Miss Rose, Mr. Jafari, now I'm not fussing at y'all in particular, but I'm also trying to make what little wheels on the bus that I drive go round and round. So that's why I do so many reviews and I write notes and I read the warrants, and Miss Eustace knows that. I know anybody knows that I've already read everything, and that's why I pull up problems like this and I want to pull it out because I don't want to be the reason something goes off the rails. So that's why I review all this, and I saw this and I was glad she brought it up, but I don't know what if it's been indicted, he's pled to it, then we don't need another CP number. If he's got some sort of probation violation or whatever, that's fine. He can handle that, but it doesn't need to be the CP number needs to go away because if it's the exact same thing.
I understand, Your Honor, and I fully sympathize with this current situation. Unfortunately, I don't have the necessary power.
I know. I understand there's a hierarchy. Who is it that we can call?
Mr. White, Tom White, Deputy Tom White.
I don't have his number. Do you have his number?
I do, Your Honor. I have sent him an email and I'm just waiting for a reply, but one moment, Your Honor. Would you like me to just put it in the chat, Your Honor?
Yeah, make sure you send it to just me.
Yes, Your Honor.
I don't want Ms. Robinson, harassing him on the phone.
Judge, I guarantee you I would not be harassing him.
I wouldn't have any objections to that, Your Honor, as well. You didn't hear that from me, of course.
No, you can put it in there. We're the only ones that can see it. And I'll give him a call, see if he can. Oh, there's Miss Guest. She logged on again. All right. That was some issues.
I just sent it to you, Your Honor.
Okay, gotcha. While Miss Guest is getting logged on, I'll mute it and I'll see if I can't.
I was just checking. I thought there was a chase, but it died out. And somebody got arrested. Suspect in custody. I like it when they run. Oh, Judge Manning's making a phone call. Hi, Judge Manning. Yes. Oh my God. Yes, I'm a huge fan. No, I mean, like literally, like the biggest fan. I know. No, I know. I know. It's been a long time unindicted. I don't have any suggestions for you. I'm sorry. More work? Okay. Bye.
I left him a voicemail. All right, Miss Guest, you ready? Miss Guest. Hello, Miss Guest. So, Miss Guest, I see that you're muted, but if you go to that
I like that, Billy.
microphone, you can pick which little microphone, click on the arrow, go up, and up at the top it'll give you select microphones. If you're working from a laptop and you're using big screens like I am, then I have to pick it, go through speakers that I have set up. So sometimes that'll help if you could do that. Or go through my microphone that I have sitting here instead of the one on the laptop. But it's just not working for you, Miss Guest. Miss Guest, do you want to call on your phone? If you join through your phone and just keep your laptop or whatever computer on muted, we could let you do that. Let's see if this is her. She's probably going, that is me, Judge.
Your Honor, in the meantime, I'm going to also give you somebody else's phone number.
Okay.
This is the Executive Deputy George Jenkins. He may be able to shed some light on this.
All right, he's gonna send me that. So go ahead, Miss Guest. Are you ready? Did you need to hear from pretrial again, or you ready to argue? All right, now you're on mute. So
are you able to hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. I apologize, Your Honor. So Mr. Cameron has been in custody for 145 days on a no bond status. And a lot of that reason probably is partly due to the other case that he had the opportunity to serve time for, Your Honor, weighing into the decision to have his case at a no bond status. He is 41 years old. He has two children that prior to his incarceration he was caring for. He is born and raised in the Atlanta area. And does have family members that reside in the Atlanta area, his father and his grandmother. He actually intends to stay with his grandmother, who also has a Fulton County address, Your Honor. Currently, prior to being incarcerated, Mr. Cameron did not have employment, but he doesn't think that it would be impossible for him to gain employment prior once he is released, Your Honor. So we would ask that you would set a bond in this case, a bond that Mr. Cameron would monetarily be able to make. We would ask that you consider possible UJR on the misdemeanor charges and a $5,000 bond to be set on the aggravated assault charge, Your Honor.
All right, what says the state?
Yes, Your Honor. Just to make sure, this is for position 10, Your Honor, correct?
Right.
Yes. For this case, we're asking for a bond to be set at not less than $50,000, Your Honor. We're asking for a no contact with the victim, in this case, Chris Johnson, no drugs, no alcohol, no weapons, stay away from 1426 Lakewood Avenue, for the defendant to be placed on an ankle monitor to be paid for by the state. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Did you say 50?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. No
Can I
drugs
say
unless
pizza?
prescribed, no alcohol, no weapons, no further contact with Chris Johnson, Katrina Ashbury, Ashberry. No further violent contact with any law enforcement. Stay away from 1426 Lakewood Avenue, Atlanta, Georgia. Make sure that you give your address where you're going to be living before you or when you bond out, or have your lawyer make sure, Miss Guest, if you file an address, so we'll know what address he's living at. Ankle monitor paid for by the county with a 24-hour curfew. Court, lawyer, medical, employment, as long as you supply the name of your employer, proof of employment schedule, the exact location you'll be working. So we got 20,000, 10,000, 5,000, and 5,000. 20, 10, 5, and 5. And Ms. Guest, I don't think he's had a prelim on this, right?
No, Your Honor. Mr. Cameron has not had a prelim on this case.
Okay, so you can email Ms. Watts, make sure you copy me and the prosecutor, and we'll see if we can't get him on a prelim. And of course, I address bond every time it's in front of me, so I'll address bond on that one also, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Best of luck to you, sir. You can leave the booth. Let me see if I can call Mr. Jenkins.
Your Honor, do we want to keep him in case?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, that is his case. Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, it's habit. It's a bad habit, sir. All right, thank you.
I want pizza.
Yes, you can leave. All right, so I asked Mr. Jenkins to call. I left a message for Mr. White. Any suggestions on from anybody?
Your Honor, do you happen to have the prelim calendars tomorrow or?
So I don't have those prelim calendars. I have a prelim calendar on. I think it's Tuesday.
I almost got a
Could I
crab
have
BLT
just a
tonight.
brief breakout room? I have one quick question.
Oh wait, hold on a second. Let's see.
Okay.
Jenkins wants the link. Wait, let me say who said he wanted the link. Hold on. Let me take a picture of the link so that I can send it to Jenkins.
He responded, Your Honor?
Yeah, he did. Don't be offended by it. But probably, you know.
That's fantastic.
He doesn't respond to me either, Mr. Jafari. Don't feel bad.
Let's see. Let me copy this.
Lobster pizza with garlic butter sounds so good. Oh my God, you guys stop it right now. Stop it right now. I ate tonight. Why am I so hungry? Oh, I love breakfast pizza though. I make a great breakfast pizza. Oh yeah.
I think I'm next Tuesday.
That's correct, Judge.
Oh, okay, yeah. Next Tuesday.
I suggest strawberries dipped in sour cream and brown
While
sugar,
we
Jay.
wait for Mr. Jenkins, could I have a brief breakout room that may give us a plan B in case Mr. Jenkins can't handle it either?
All right.
Everything I do is a work expense right now.
No, yeah. Let's see, Miss Robinson. I'll make a breakout room. Do you want to?
And I don't even need him unmuted. It's yes or no questions. So
Oh, you don't? Okay. Can you move him to a breakout room? Create a breakout room and move him to it. Where's my breakout? Or I'll create a breakout room. Hold on, I'll do it. All right, that's manually one. All right, so hold on a second.
And yes, you heard me. Strawberries dipped in sour cream and brown sugar. Chef's kiss. Delightful.
What's he getting?
Judge, is he gonna be able to send himself to the breakout room?
Now I just gotta open that up. Hold on, I'll try to open it up too. Let's see. So give me a second. It may take 1 second, Miss Eustace. Hold on a second. But I'll get him in there. Let me see. Let me open up my controller. Do you have yours open, Miss?
I don't. I can try to get mine open.
All right, hold on. I can get mine open.
A lovely fan of mine was talking about making condoms with my logo on them. Wouldn't that be funny?
1 second. You have to log into your physical. Wait, and here's Mr. Jenkins. So
yeah, I'll wait then, and if we
okay.
don't resolve it.
Okay.
Thank you. I love this dress. It is
Hey,
very
Mr.
cute.
Oh wait, he got audio yet. He looks like he may have been at dinner or something. Where'd he go? Oh, popped off.
I love a quattro formaggi pizza. So delicious. Thin crust, a little bit burnt. Oh.
But we got Miss Mabry Collins here, who I bet if we needed could move them and unmute.
Yes, that's what I was gonna suggest, is that you make her the co-host so she can move to the.
Yeah, but you noticed though she didn't say anything. She just kind of sit there.
Hey, y'all didn't give me co-hosting early on, so you know.
Well, Judge, she jumped when she joined the Zoom. It was after I had already made everyone co-host, and so that's why she didn't get made a co-host.
That's all right. I guess you can move them really quickly. We'll wait on him to jump back if it's not going to take her long in that way. If you want. You can move them both in there and then maybe, and let me, and I'll try Mr. Jenkins back and ask him why he's having problems.
It's actually showing them both in the breakout.
Yeah, but you have to actually move him because he can't.
This is taking forever for this poor guy. And for us. Well, you guys, my neckline and my boobs. Well, I'll say I did not get hit on tonight at the dance club, but
All right, let me
a
see. I'm trying to
65-year-old
open
lady I
my.
was with did. Just saying.
All right, Zoom room. Let's see. Is he north? North. 5 north. Who's 4? Oh, she's in there with him.
Is Colin in
Yeah, I
Ohio?
just saw that. She's say so. So Tanya, you have to move him. You're on mute.
Yeah, I see that after I got over there. Hold on one second.
So I'll come tomorrow. I'll tell you what. I'll come to your office. I'll give you a little less.
You know what? We're not gonna do that.
Let's see.
You trying to be funny.
Well,
add to room. Okay.
Yeah.
Add her to the room.
Yeah, so you have to like physically move his.
I got you. Let's see here. Don't do that, people. Hold on a second. Okay, and then we got her in. We got him in room 2.
No, there's only one breakout room. He's in
room
5
1.
north. Yeah, they're
I
only
know,
made
they got. Okay, so they got here.
Yeah, only what made one breakout room.
He should be there. Hold on.
Right, Bostic?
Yes.
I agree. Well, if mine will open up, I can move it, but mine's it's just like spinning. There's George again. So, I mean, Mr. Jenkins.
Okay.
All right, hold on, because here's Mr. Jenkins.
This thing just don't want to work today, huh?
Yeah, I know that it's just like, yeah. Hey, Mr. Jenkins, sorry to bother you. You look like you're having dinner somewhere.
You got to take yourself off
You're on
mute.
mute. You're on mute.
Judge, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I'm sorry, Mr. Jenkins, and we may have ruined your dinner or your. But I sent you the email.
Tomorrow,
Did you read
man.
that little situation in the email?
I did not. Could you tell me? I'm sorry. I'm just glad enough to get on right now.
Okay, I'm sorry,
Tell
Miss
me
Eustace.
what do we have going on?
Miss Eustace, you go ahead. You'll do fantastic, I'm sure.
Yes. Hi, Mr. Jenkins. Quick thing. So we have a case on tonight's calendar. It's a 23 CP case for 1 count of aggravated assault. This case has gone through 3 previous reindictments. It was a 16 SC that was null prost, reindicted to a different 16 SC, null prost. finally reindicted to a 17 SC for the same exact identical warrant, exact same victim, exact same charge, and he actually took a plea on that 17 SC. So it looks like when he took a plea on that 17 case, the warrant was not cleared and he got picked up on it and a new 23 CP case number issued. So it's an identical warrant, even the warrant numbers attached to both cases are the same.
All right. And so what is your request at the moment? Is he
A decline.
detained?
So right, he has another case that I'm setting a set a bond on, but this case is in no bond status. So what, I mean, since he's already pled out and he's on probation even for that case, what do you want us to do? Can you dismiss it as a duplicate? What can you do?
Yeah, well, this is the thing. You can dismiss it, go ahead. If he pled guilty to this already, then yes, go ahead.
He even,
Dismiss that.
Mr. Jenkins, just to let you know too, he even got arrested on a VOP for the 17 SC, which he took that plea on. So he's already taken the plea on the exact same charges.
And we'll have to, what agency is it? Because they're gonna have to recall this warrant, that's for sure.
It is APD.
Okay. Did you have the CP number or the warrant number? Can you put that in the email to me so we can reach out in the morning so they can
Yes,
record?
the CP case numbers and everything. I sent an email to Mr. Jafari that has all of the cases of the history of the case, but I can also forward that to you with the warrant number as well. That way he won't get rearrested on this outstanding warrant if it stays.
I would appreciate that so we can take care of it. But yes, you have my authority.
I just forwarded it all to you, Mr. Jenkins. Thank you.
Judge, thank you. Reach out to me at any time. Doesn't matter where I am.
Thank you for your help. Enjoy your dinner.
Thank you now. Call me back if you need me.
All right. Thank you so much.
Mr. Cameron, so what that means is that the state is declining that case that we had talked about with Ms. Guest, that being duplicate. They're going to get rid of that. APD has to recall the warrant so that if you get pulled over for anything, or if anything happens when you get out, this warrant will no longer pop up as active and you won't get rearrested on this, okay? You still have the other case you need to handle and post bond on, and you still have your VOP. So if there's other issues, but this case as a new case, when you've already resolved it, is within 24, 48 hours will no longer be an issue for you, okay? Call Miss Guest tomorrow because she'll be able to answer questions for you. Yeah,
Right,
she'll be able to give you more detail, okay?
All right. So that should have taken care. Thank you, Ms. Eustace. Thank you, Mr. Jafari, and everybody for being so patient. At least we got him out of here.
Thank you, everybody in our chat, for being so patient. I thank Melanie Copeland, Mayor Wrench McNome, Billy Elliott, Jay from Michigan, Lisa Figalicious, Avs and Broncos fan, back at it again. Thank you for being here. Who else did we have? Jack of Hearts, thank you for being here. Jody Gardner was here as well. This is a new thing I'm starting. T-Rex Trucking. I'm saying goodbye to the people that are still here. Dana M. I think that's mostly it. Well, there's some of you that haven't talked, and that's okay. But I hope that you guys are having a wonderful evening. That was great. It was something unusual that we don't always do on this channel. I think we got a 4. I do. I think we got a decline. We got a dismissed. She's a maker. Thank you for being here. Yeah, we are done. It's been almost 2.5 hours. It is after 1 o'clock in the morning. I am going to wake up early tomorrow. I am going to work tomorrow. And I will see you guys tomorrow night, though, so don't worry about that. We obviously love the lurkers. It's our Sunday Court Watchers Anonymous meeting tomorrow. I would never miss that. So, yeah, we'll be on that for sure. Please remember, guys, that I love you, I'm proud of you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Lobster pizza. Yeah. I could eat some lobster right now. Can you? Oh, I could probably find lobster in Florida. I'm off to the ocean. Bye.